I read the audition notice, I was really impressed with all three of the main characters. It's not something that you come across often that you see, oh, that sounds like me or somebody that I want to play. And all three of the roles when I went into casting on Sci-Fi.
So when I first read the script, it was really the relationship between the three male characters in it. I saw a lot of similarities in my life at times, not on an everyday basis, but almost kind of like bits and pieces of my life in those relationships. And to me, that was something that felt like it was being a great experience to do.
It was my first comedic role I'd ever even tried to approach. I was a bit nervous, but I've always wanted to get involved with something like this, so I just went for it.
Where did I come up with the idea for 627? It's a combination of many things, which I had worked on a web series out in LA, and I was the AD, and it was a really fun web series, and I went home a couple nights later and decided just to sit down and write something, and this was the first comedic thing I had written. I usually write more really drama-ish features, so I thought it'd be fun to write it, and Griffin was the first character that I wrote, and it kind of just stemmed from there.
The ways that Griffin Myers and myself are similar, besides being devilishly handsome, would probably be how he interacts with his best friend. Like, he has his best friend, Sully, who's played by Nick Apostolides. Did I say that right? Apostolides. Did I say it right? Anyway, and I was really, I saw a lot of similarities in that relationship. Like, I've had a lot of close relationships with my friends.
There's not a lot of differentiation. I don't think there's like a lot of similarities between me and Alana. I like that she's kind of an instigator in her way with the girls, and to maybe outside of her little bubble, people would think that's really strange, but to the people that are right around her, that shenanigans she's going to get you into makes total sense at the moment. And she's really into clothes, which I definitely am. She wears prints together, and she's not afraid of looking kind of like a circus tent, and I'm totally like that. I don't care at all. She's cursing at somebody driving poorly, and then on the phone she's like, oh yeah, no, let's do that. Coffee sounds great. Puts the phone down, like swears away. So I like that kind of dichotomy of it.
I'm just not great in social settings. I'm better on like one-on-one dates. Sully says a lot of bad things. He has very little social tact, and I just really tapped into my corniness and patheticness when it comes to girls, and that was pretty easy for me. It's just kind of a blast from the past, really.
Katie and I started producing this project by coastal league. Is that a word? It's a new word. I just made it up. I was in Boston while she was in Los Angeles, and I just kind of fell head over heels with what we were pulling together.
The term new media series means to me opportunity. I mean, I'm not really a technology guy, but I see where it's going. And anytime I have an opportunity to get involved with a project on the internet or something that's big with even as little as YouTube, I'm all about it, because that's what kids are watching nowadays, and that's what people my age are watching nowadays.
Just endless possibilities. You can do whatever you want to do with it. As a producer, as an independent producer with you know, limited funding, it definitely is appealing because you get to control every aspect of it.
The fact that we're using that term to attract people, I think is strong. I think that now in the age where everybody's got their own video camera and can put things on YouTube and can make their own website, we're using that to make something that's really exciting and fresh, really good writing, good acting, good producing, and saying that you can watch it online and you can be part of all this content and all these characters' experiences.
The awesome part about doing new media is, again, you have control over everything, and you can create the content that you want to put out there. We live in a mature society these days. We live in an open society. There is, yes, I agree that something should be left off television for the sake of, you know, making sure that our children don't grow up certain ways, but I also think that there's something to be said for allowing things to go on, and you can do that with a new media series, like ways to market it, advertise it, shoot it, cast it, write it, make it a, you know, viable business to continue so that other people can go out and start their own new media ventures.
New media has so many legs, which makes it unique. It's not your TV, it's not your radio, it's everything. It's a platform, and it's pretty much you plant the seed and you watch it grow.
Let the whole world see it. You know, there's no constraints on who is going to be able to watch 617theseries.com because it is going to be available for people in China and people in Australia and people in Seattle and Miami and New York and Boston and, you know, Canada.
And Canada.
To shoot in a city like Boston, I grew up here, so it's an amazing experience. Like, I love Boston, grew up on the Red Line, so it's great. I mean, I love Boston. It's one of those cities that's big enough and small enough at the same time. Some people might come in and be like, oh, Boston's so small, but it's small in the right reasons, and it can be big for the right reasons as well. So, you know, don't be afraid to get lost in Boston.
It's beautiful, it's recognizable, it's not just some alley we're shooting in that could be anywhere. It's, you know, Charles Street, we did photos on Commons.
It's got great history. People love it. It's just a fun city to be around. So if we can promote that on a new media series, let's do it.
My favorite drink is
I'm actually a beer guy.
a black and tan. It's easy, hands down for me. I'm definitely a beer guy. Love a good Guinness, love a good Bass.
I like all kinds of beers, mostly darks. If I have gin, I really black out, so I try to limit that.
I like gin and tonics, so Nick and I are kind of like each other's kryptonite being together.
I've gone pretty sick of mimosas. I don't do vodka anymore. I've had a couple bad experiences, so I just stick with beer. It's safe, and I can handle that.
Last shot of the night, it's last call, which is way too early in Boston. Let's just put that out there. Kamikaze probably will get you home, still warm.
Be your 3 wise men or your 4 horsemen. Really mix it up.
Oh, my closing shot for the evening. I'm a tequila guy. I can do beer and tequila all night.
So what is in a 3 wise men? So there are 3 wise men, and they go by Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker, and Jim Beam. So you throw those guys together, and honestly, good things will happen. Think of like 3 Rafiqis from Lion King.
Hey, Boston, New England, and the rest of America. Tune in at www.617theseries.com to see a new original new media series brought to you by Greenview Entertainment and Thompson Films.
Check out what we got on that site. It's going to be a great show. A lot of blogs, a lot of everything different on there. So get lost in it, get involved in it.
You stay tuned, you won't regret it.
Hey all you sailors out there in the Boston Harbor, get on land, plug in your Ethernet card, and type up www.617theseries.com. Aye!